Well, let's just back up for a minute to you and Diane to get you properly married. Karen was the first one in the family married at the end of her freshman year. You came back from your mission, went back to BYU, met your true love Diane, and the following summer, August 14th, you were married in the Manti Temple. That was on Sherry's birthday. Her birthday and your wedding anniversary are a shared date. So that was sweet. We laugh over that because Reid learned to be conservative from his dad, that we didn't always get the best motels. And the funny thing about Reid is Dad gave him money for his wedding night to go from the reception in Springville of the course that the course gave, and then to come directly back to California for the open house in Arcadia. And so Dad gave Reid money so that they could spend their wedding night en route in nice accommodations. And Reid, following the example he had learned from his dad and taking it to an extreme, found the cheapest motel he could find, and Diane wasn't terribly appreciative of the accommodations he chose, and I won't say anything more, but we've teased Reid a lot about it. But then they came back to Arcadia, and in true Gunnell fashion, did he want to have a separate accommodation for his bride? No, he came back to the family home because that's where he wanted to be, and so we turned over our master bedroom back at the back of the house for Reid and Diane, and I had sworn on an oath that I was going to do something I'd probably regret if any of our other kids went near that door. I was trying to give Diane the privacy that she deserved as a new bride on the honeymoon, even though she was in our house. And so anyhow, they stayed at our home. We found accommodations for the chorus at the Van Dusen home just 3 or 4 blocks away, that they were on vacation, and so they stayed in that home while they were there. And we had an open house in our backyard, and I was forever teased because among the refreshments was fruit cup and banana nut bread, and I made far more banana nut bread than we used, far more fruit cup than we used, and so that's one of my failings as a homemaker and as a planner, is I live in fear that I would ever cut food short when I had people invited. So I always overdo. And I probably wouldn't change if I had it to do over again, because I always like to make sure that people are taken care of and that we don't run short on whatever we had planned to do. But that was a fun time for us to have Reid and Diane in our home, and the open house in our backyard where we could set up serving tray and have flowers and tables, and it was August, so the weather was nice, and people came through the gate on the south side of the house into the family room, across the family room, in front of our beautiful fireplace for the receiving line, and then on out to the backyard. And we loved doing that for them. And then they were settled in Provo, so we were left with our three younger children, our second family, if you will,